reason for not putting him in the ballot is because of the belief by quite a significant number of Filipinos that he was involved in anomalies in government, and number two, that he had an accountability to the Filipino people to return 124,500,000 pesos. And it is very obvious that it was done by certain individuals. We don't know at this time if it is a coordinated or an orchestrated move. Anybody else? Yes.
Attorney, ano po yung indications that led you to rule out yung involvement po nung Duterte group, as you said?
Right. As I mentioned, when you try to take a look at the 5 to 10 individuals or personalities, titingnan mo din kasi kung ano yung leanings nila, yung how the posts that they've been making in the past, who they are associated with, what kind of issues that they make comments on, on social media, and you will tend to see a lack of connection to the Duterte group. Madali naman gumawa ng ganun. Kasi, yung, kumbaga saan tawag nga doon, resibo di ba? Titingnan mo yung resibo Pag yung tao, makikita mo, panay yung defend doon sa Duterte, then, you will get this idea that number one, that talagang purely pro-Duterte yan, or number two, na yan ay pinakikilos ng mga Duterte. Now, when you take a look at the personalities who have been involved in trying to malign Senator Revilla, you will see that wala yung connection na yon, that they were all definitely, hindi mo makita yung kulay green ba? O yun, hindi mo makita yung kulay green. So that's why as of now, what the camp of Senator Revilla is of the belief is that this is not an orchestrated move coming from the people who are aligning themselves with the former president or the vice president.
Sir, kung ang intention po ibagsak si Senator Revilla, may intention na may iangat nila?
That is the necessary consequence, yes. Oo. Siyempre, kung meron kang hahatakin pababa, merong makikinabang, yes.
Pero hindi intention niya iangat?
Hindi, kasi kung hahatakin, sigurado ay merong papalit na pangalan doon sa balota. It is the normal tendency really, alam mo, minsan lang naman tayo talaga makakaboto, di ba? So, lulubusin mo I remember my wife, just several days before the elections, ang parating tanong sa akin, 6 pa lamang yung nandun sa balota ko, we had this form given by COMELEC. 6 pa lamang, sino pa ba yung dapat kong bobotohin? It is a normal tendency that we want to maximize the ballot. So, you would fill it in. Ngayon, obviously, if you strike out certain people because ito yung mga negative comments na lumalabas, then definitely others who would not have been otherwise chosen will certainly benefit from the exclusion. So, ang nakikita ko po dyan, hindi man binabanggit kung sino yung dapat na botohin, pero when you try to pull down somebody, meron siguradong aangat because sila ngayon yung maboboto.
Sir, sa observation niyo po, kailan po nag-intensify ba yan yung mga post na ganyan? Is it weeks or days before the election?
Yes, very good question. It was observed that all of these posts intensified 2 weeks before the election. It intensified. So makikita nyo talaga that the target was more probably to those who were, based on the surveys, were in the lower half. The lower half. Mapapansin nyo, wala masyadong mga paninirang mga tirada tungkol doon sa mga nandun sa upper half. Senator Bongo, Senator Bato, You'll even be surprised, even Senator Marcoleta, you would not see a lot of comments about him. And yet, ang talagang tina-target were those, and expectedly, you try to pull down the ones who were not in the what you would call that twilight zone, yung dikit-dikit na 11 to 14. And the objective is that kung yan yung mga magiging kalaban dun sa last few slots And that was exactly what happened. During the last 2 weeks, there appeared to be a marked increase in the number of posts wherein those in that twilight zone were now being targeted.
Sir, may observation din kayo na kahit si Senator Pacquiao lumalabas sa Magic 12, then mas bumaba po ng gusto. Na-consider na rin yun, sa pag-aaral niyo po.
I'm sorry, but I could not make any comment with regard to Senator Pacquiao. I can only speak about Senator Bong. Pasensya na po.
Hindi niyo na sir, na kahit si Pacquiao ay bumaba.
We have not, I know that we have not done any study with regard to online attacks on Senator Pacquiao. So, I cannot make any comment on that, sir. Pasensya na po. I can only speak for what had been observed by the camp of Senator Revilla was an increase in the number of online attacks on his person, which he believes was definitely, at least intended really to affect the results of the 2025 senatorial elections.
Sir, yung pinakita niyo pong post, tinignan niyo po kung ilang best to share, ilan ang mga comments, ano yung mga comments.
Yes. Meron po. Itong pinakita ko po na post, pinost po to May 7. May 7 po. May 7 po. Very damaging.
Based off of what I'm hearing, you don't think it's personal against Senator Bong. It's mostly na kasi para may umangat. Kaya hihilahin mo sa baba yung mga nandun sa medyo 8 to 12.
The motive of trying to pull him down to try to push somebody up may probably be a secondary motive, no? At what really is the core of a cyber libel complaint is the fact that one had made an utterance which was defamatory, malicious in nature, and with a malevolent intent to destroy that person in the eyes of the public. No, so hindi material yung kung merong aangat or what o kung yun talaga yung kinikilingan ng tao, yung mga taong ito. It's the fact that you want to destroy the person. And that's the reason why we have a law which punishes it. Hindi yung kung ano yung epekto, no? Although that is in a way, no, yung an indirect effect, and which is the reason why Senator Revilla is proceeding with this. Let's try to understand, si Senator Revilla, as I mentioned, napakalaki na po ng tulong na nabigay sa Pilipino. And he has this mindset really to come out with laws, no, in order to help the Filipinos. Ngayon, as a private individual, makakatulong pa din naman siya, no? I mean, in his own private capacity, he will continue to help out, especially yung mga tao sa Cavite, no? Pero, ang laki nung kawalan na kung ikaw ay nasa poder, ikaw ay may kapangyarihan para makapaggawa ng mga batas na makakatulong hindi lamang sa Cavite, kung hindi sa buong bansa. And he has been deprived of this. And this is what he actually rues so much about. No? This is the one thing which actually makes him so depressed right now. And I will say this, he's depressed. No, because he feels that he has let down the Filipino people, that he has been deprived of a chance to continue to serve, and that's why he has to do this, because hindi lang naman siya yung tao na merong ganitong intensyon, no? Napakarami po ng mga tao din na naapektuhan dahil sa fake news, na merong maganda sana na intensyon, pero kasi yung mga ganitong klaseng mga posts ay lumalabas na ang feeling ay hindi sila naman paparusahan, o so after coming out with this, I think it's about time, no, that people have to be made accountable, especially for false and fake news like this, without any fear of being penalized later on. Yes.
Attorney, as of now, may nakikita na po ba kayong politician or candidate behind yun pong mga fake news na ito? And is that also part nung gusto po ninyong matumbok dun sa investigations?
That might be pretty premature right now. That's why the only thing that I am really authorized to say is that based on the profiles of the 5 to 10 individuals that we intend to file charges against, that they have no connection, at least at first blush, they have no connection with the Duterte camp. So at least that we can rule out for now. For now.
Sir, you mentioned yung Commission on Elections earlier. Meron din po bang kinommunicate si Senator Revilla sa COMELEC, and ano po ba yung gusto niya pong actions naman ng COMELEC?
All right. With regard to any communications to COMELEC, as of now, well, there was not any communication made to try to suppress these kinds of posts. I am not certain if the COMELEC does in fact have the jurisdiction to do so, no? To suppress yung mga ganitong mga posts sa social media. At most ang alam ko is COMELEC can do something about posters, about banners, etc., but not with regard to social media, no? This is a pretty mobile and developing field in communications, eh. Think about it, 5-10 years ago, hindi ganito yung pagkakampanya, eh, no? Ang kampanya would be without going out in the streets, eh. At beginning 2015, yan, nagkakaroon na ng mga infomercials, no? Yung mga well, commercials have been there, but they're very expensive. Pero social media is a lot inexpensive. Gumawa ka lang ng isang magandang video, no, that it now gets shared to all over Facebook, and suddenly, you know, it's a cheap way of campaigning. So, but there has been no law, to my mind, even me, no, which actually allows the COMELEC to regulate it. So, to your question, I do not know if there's been any communication. I doubt if this particular post was ever flagged and asked to be taken down. Obviously, COMELEC would not be able to make any comment to that. And then I would think as well, no, that because there was no action, so I doubt if the COMELEC itself, no, would be in a position to intervene and to make any new laws or resolutions, at least in the future. But hopefully, no, maybe once that these cases have been filed, then Senator Bong will find it in his heart, no, to inform the COMELEC about any possible remedies to try to obviate or to suppress very damaging and especially false news that are coming out through the social media. Sa ngayon, wala pa. We are all learning from this. We are all learning. Yes, sir.
Can you explain further yung binanggit niyo po na wala namang pinapabalik ang Sandigan Bayan kay Senator Bong na 124 million?
Thank you, sir. I show you the one page, no, at least the tinatawag natin na dispositive portion nung decision ng Sandigan Bayan in SB-14-CRM-0240, People versus Revilla et al. You will see that dito sa dispositive portion na to, which was a decision signed by the 5 justices of the Sandigan Bayan who handled this case, including the now presiding justice of the Sandigan Bayan, no, si Justice Ekong. Pag tiningnan nyo, nakalagay naman dito that Senator Revilla has been acquitted. And then, the subsequent paragraph will reflect that it says, pursuant to Article 100 of the Revised Penal Code, accused are held solidarily and jointly liable to return to the National Treasury the amount of 124,500,000. Now, if you take a look at Article 100 of the Revised Penal Code, it clearly provides that every person who has been held criminally liable for a felony shall also be civilly liable. Meaning, pag ikaw ay na-convict, then merong karampatan ngayon na parusa din na ibalik kung merong civil damages. Obviously, in this particular decision, makikita nyo na acquitted si Senator Bong from plunder. So kung acquitted siya, hindi po maaari na siya ay mapatawan ng civil damages kasi nga sinabi nga na absuelto siya, no? This is the decision itself made by the Sandigan Bayan which cleared him both from civil and criminal liability.
Sir, kamusta lang po muna kayo?
Well, I'm okay. Siyempre, nag-a-adjust tayo. Medyo malaki-laking adjustment din ito, but I'm okay.
Fortune, depressed ka daw.
Depressed?
Depressed daw kayo.
Well, maybe I'm not that depressed. I'm sad, di ba? Lungkot ako sa nangyari dahil nabiktima tayo ng fake news at napaniwala nila yung ibang tao na gano'n nga yung totoo. Pero sabi ko nga we just have to do something, kaya kailangan siguro mag-file talaga ng case against those people na dapat managot dito. Dahil hindi man natin po pwedeng lokohin ng taong bayan, dapat ilabas talaga yung katotohanan. And yan, para din sa mga, lalo na sa mga kabataan ngayon, which is, alam naman natin na maraming mga kabataan na bumuboto na hindi nila alam kung ano yung mga nangyari in the past years. So, kaya dapat ma-inform natin sila.
Sir, si Marlon to, sir.
Yes.
Sir, tingin nyo, although yun nga, mag-request kayo sa NBI na investigation, pero offhand, tingin nyo po orchestrated yung atake po sa inyo online?
Ano sa tingin ninyo? Siguro, mag-gauge nyo rin yan Mag-gauge din ang bawat isa sa atin. Sa akin palagay, yes. Yeah. Orchestrated ito. Kung anong kulay, ayoko nang alamin. Siguro that's part of politics, no? Kasama yan sa labanan ng eleksyon. Pero ang hindi lang maganda dito yung fake news. Doon ako, hindi man tayo onion skin, dahil marami na akong pinagdaanan sa public service. Talagang matindi. Lahat na siguro ng pinagdaanan ko na Pero yung mapaniwala natin ang taong bayan sa kasinungalingan, yun ang hindi talaga tama. Hindi talaga dapat palagpasin na. Kung nangyari ito noon, this time siguro, I will not allow it again. Kailangan mapanagot sila.
Pero Sen, you have suspicions na may kumukumpas po sa mga taong yun, nagpakalat po nung binabanggit po ninyo na mga fake news.
Kailangan muna mag-trace natin mabuti. Mahirap kasi mag-speculate, no? Ayokong magbintang, ayoko nang manisi. Dapat lang yung bawat bibitaw, yung mga bawat individual na gagamitin o kung sino man yung binayaran para sirain ako, dapat maging responsable sila sa sasabihin nila o gagawin nila. Kaya in short, kung sila man yung gumawa niyan at nagpakalat ng fake news, dapat managot sila.
Sir, ito pong nangyari, si Ma'am Paulit, sir, itong nangyaring to, did this discourage you doon sa 2028 elections, or tingin nyo hindi, this will be more motivation for you to fight back in 2028?
I can't answer that right now dahil siyempre medyo siyempre I'm very disappointed dito sa mga nangyari, although hindi lang naman dyan sa fake news yung sabihin natin naging apekto sa pagkatalo ko no? Hindi lang yan. Marami pa. Siguro alam naman nating lahat yun. Pero yung mga ganitong fake news lang, kailangan ma-address. No? At sinabi din naman yan ng mga ibang kasama nating senador na kailangan talagang na pigilan na yan dahil hindi maganda yan para, lalong-lalo na para sa ating mga kabataan. Pero yung pagtakbo ko for 2028, kung ako'y tatakbo muli, sabi ko darating tayo sa tamang panahon kung ako kung gusto pa I have to consult my family, myself. Ayan. So,
Sir, Sir John, sir, itong move nyo, naipaalam nyo o na-discuss nyo man lang sa alyansa?
Hindi. Personal move ko to. Sa akin to. Decision ko to. Hindi alam ng alyansa.
Pero, sir, si Raymond sa DCRH po. Sir, just to be clear, yung pinoprotesta nyo is yung tungkol sa fake news. But doon sa result ng election, kinikilala nyo na yung result as it is, sir?
Alam mo, marami na akong laban na pinagdaanan. No? I've been through a lot. Yung sa resulta ng eleksyon, siguro ako, kung naman yung lumabas sa desisyon na to, pinagdasal ko na to eh. So, nire-respeto ko at siguro naman patas itong eleksyon na to dahil kung hindi, hindi maganda yon para sa bayan, no? Para sa akin, igalang natin, no? Una pa, isa ako sa unang nag-concede, no? At sinabi ko na sa sambayan ng Pilipino na ginagalang ko yung desisyon nila. At, yan.
Okay, boss. Thank you, boss.